Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. All right, tonight we're going to do something a little bit different. It's going to be very fun and very factual at the same time. Am I stating that this is going to happen tonight, tomorrow, or even this year? Anything is possible, but it's definitely inevitable. Here it is how it began. For fun, there was a question on where I thought XRP would go over the next few years, and I made a comment of $1,500 per XRP. So they said, okay, let's see you make a video and share your perspective. So tonight, that is exactly what this video is for. It is absolutely for fun. I wasn't sure if I was going to do it, but then he called me out on it, and I said, you know what? What the heck? Let's actually do this and have a little bit of fun. All right, here's how we're going to do it. This is not our typical video. It's not anything we do. We don't really jump into a lot of these. We do know where it's going, and yes, it will be here. The timeline is what I will not offer for this because there are so many factors, but I do believe it should easily hit this before 2021. And now let's dive into this. Ripple partners with crypto facilities for XRP derivatives. I'm not going to go in and out of all of these. I'm just going to explain why. How big is the derivatives market? The derivatives market is, in a word, gigantic. Often estimated at more than $1.2 quadrillion USD on the high end. How can that be? Question mark. Largely because there are numerous derivatives in existence, available on virtually every possible type of investment asset, including equities, commodities, bonds, and foreign currency exchange. Some market analysts even place the size of the market at more than 10 times that of the total world gross domestic product, the GDP. All right, we're going to stop right there because that kind of comes back to the point of Ripple partners with crypto facilities for XRP derivatives. How big is the derivatives? More than $1.2 quadrillion USD. Next up, RippleNet strikes along more payment corridors. Ripple's enterprise blockchain network, RippleNet, is a big old beast as it is now live in over 40 countries across 6 continents. This was as of last year, September 2018. It is much higher than that now, and even that is very exciting. Pardon me, excuse me. Next, we're going to go Ripple pushing for $2 trillion USD of XRP liquidity and the correspondent banking system, says CEO Brad Garlinghouse. I'm going to go into this just for a moment. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse says the payment startup is pushing to use the crypto asset XRP as the bedrock of an ambitious overhaul of the way money moves across borders. In a new interview on the Jay Kim Show, Garlinghouse says the current correspondent banking system, which relies in part on the need for banks and financial institutions to hold pools of money in various bank accounts around the world, is cumbersome and outdated. According to Garlinghouse, Ripple's XRP-based remittance product, on-demand liquidity, also known as ODL, is designed to replace that current model in the long run. Garlinghouse says Ripple is aiming for ODL to take over $2 trillion USD of liquidity in the current system in the coming years. There's $10 trillion USD pre-funded in accounts around the world, which is effectively the oil that is facilitating the engine that is correspondent banking. The oil has to be there or correspondent banking won't work. Now, if we can reduce the amount of oil, that improves the efficiency of the global economy. So we feel like bit by bit, we're going to be able to take that $10 trillion down to $9 trillion to $8 trillion. This is a journey that will take many years, but we're incredibly enthused by the progress we've made in a relatively short time. Ripple created ODL, formerly known as XRapid, to give banks a regulatory compliant way to move money by using cryptocurrency, which leverages the speed of digital technology secured by cryptography as a bridge. Next up, Ripple's Spring is focused on the $5 trillion FX market. Ripple Spring looks to build XRP DeFi products with new acquisition. Then we have RippleNet partner Instagram rebrands Neum to create a world of open money. An entire world of open money. I'm skipping through these because the headlines actually do align with what is in the story. All of the links will be in the descriptions below, as always in each of our videos, for you to follow up and read more thoroughly if you should choose to. But again, to stay on track with this fun video, and I'm very excited to do this. It was very fun, and I'm having just as much now as I did setting it up for the recording. Next we have, excuse me, Ripple signs remittance provider TransferGo to use RippleNet. Some of you may not know what that is, so I'll go into this just a little bit so you can see it's pretty exciting as well. TransferGo, an online remittance platform pitched at migrant workers, has entered into a new agreement with Ripple to use the company's technology for cross-border transfers to and from Southeast Asia, Latin America, and Africa. Ripple announced a new deal in a blog post on Monday stating London-based TransferGo will use RippleNet to facilitate cross-border payments. Although it isn't explicit that the remittance firm will initially leverage XRP for transactions, the post stated. But once they have clarity, absolutely it will. The CEO of TransferGo acknowledges that by 2020, even a few minutes will be too slow, which is why TransferGo is looking to use RippleNet's ODL with XRP as an alternative to pre-funding. Next, we're going to share another article. Do or die for Ripple's $155 trillion USD problem and Spring investment aims high. I want to read a little bit of this because this is amazing. A video has surfaced on Twitter showing Ripple's manager director Navin Gupta saying it's do or die for the $155 trillion USD global payments problem they are targeting. There are a lot of big numbers mentioned recently. They are not hype, nor are they outlandish or untrue. They represent a real-world problem Ripple is solving in real time. A statement by Navin Gupta, from Ripple. Ripple is not a normal company. We are not here to have a small market share or do X, do Y, and make a little bit of money. We're here to make a dent in the universe. Either we change the remittance universe the way you understand the way value gets transferred across the world between people, between institutions, or we will just fade away. It's 0 or 1. That's the reason 6 years ago we were born with a mission of moving money like information moves today, and we are making this possible using the current financial ecosystem. There are two kinds of banks, those with Ripple and those that will be shortly. There are two kinds of banks, those with Ripple and those that will be shortly. And again, we're not here to make a little bit of money. We are here to make a dent in the universe. Next article in this series, if you look at the new Ripple.com website, the main thing in your entire screen, instantly move money to all, A-L-L, all corners of the world. Ripple, the creator of cryptocurrency XRP, is now valued at $10 billion. Ripple says it's raised a $200 million investment round that values the blockchain firm at $10 billion USD. The company uses XRP to facilitate cross-border transactions for its network of financial institutions. You're familiar with Ripple. I don't need to go into the story. Feel free to read it after if you would choose. RippleNet expansion is coming in 2020. And what did we recently have from Ripple and from Brad Garlinghouse recently? 2020. That is going to be the big year. Ripple has announced a massive expansion plan for 2020, which will cover the Asian Pacific region, Europe, the Middle East, Africa, and Latin America. Where isn't Ripple going to be, is the question. I'm sure MoneyGram will be playing a massive role in this. ODL first launched offering payment corridors in Mexico and the Philippines. Corridors have since expanded to Australia, with Brazil coming soon. Plans for additional corridors across APAC, EMEA, and LATAM are in progress for 2020. Next up, I'm going to put a little twist on this in case you were unaware, but now you soon will be. It will make sense at the end, but I'm just going through the headlines. Feel free to read the stories if you choose to. Google's search algorithm could steal the presidency. How Google can control opinion and flip elections. Google's quantum bet on the future of AI and what it means for humanity. Controlling minds, narratives, and elections. Google, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. When you learn how those are connected, it's even more power to what I'm going to finish this show with. This says how Google interferes with its search algorithms and changes your, Y-O-U-R, it changes your results. Google exercises more direct control over search results than it has admitted, report claims. If you're unaware, there was a huge issue with Google. I forget the guy's name. I tried to find the video, but I could not remember. Apologize for that. Would have made this even more exciting. Stating how powerful Google is, and anything that they choose and decide to do, they can make you feel like it was your idea, and you would believe it. Google has changed its search algorithm to alter search results in ways it has publicly denied in the past, a new investigation from the Wall Street Journal finds. The report could add fuel to conservatives' claims of bias and censorship by Google based on how it determines what content surfaces in its search engine and on its video platform, YouTube. CNBC reports Thursday that the 50 state attorneys general probing Google are planning to expand their investigation into Google's search and Android businesses. To me, this story is nothing to do with politics. I don't care what your politics are. It's irrelevant to me. We don't do that here in this channel. We're here to talk about finance of digital assets, and we're here to talk about cryptocurrencies and making money on that as investors and even sharing the technology. The reason I bring all of this up is because Google-backed blockchain startup Ripple raises $55 million from big banks. Many people are unaware that Google backed Ripple and is still connected today. You want to know how I think $1,500 is a simple, very easy thing for Ripple to do? Feel free to go back and play this video again if you would like to. Everything we've described, quadrillions of dollars that Ripple and XRP will be moving. Then to know they are backed and Google has invested in Ripple from day one. And Google is still connected to Ripple. Tell me $1,500 is too little, or you tell me $1,500 is too much. Replay the video if you think it's not possible. And if you do, then I would say hodl and be excited, because 2020 is the beginning of this freight train. This is not financial advice. It is for entertainment purposes only. And I will say, on the entertainment tonight, it was probably one of the most fun videos I've done, and it was a good time. But this is exactly why I feel with zero effort, they won't even break a sweat by 2021. They will easily be at $1,500. That is my video to support my opinion on that for fun. I hope you're having a great night, and we'll catch you in the next one.